Hello and welcome back to Apt for You. In this particular video, we'll be discussing a very important problem from arrays, and the problem is basically cadence algorithm. So if I'm pronouncing it right, basically the problem is cadence algorithm. So what is the problem, and we shall discuss it in detail. And very important problem, right? So cadence algorithm, the problem statement says that we are provided with an array which consists of some integers. Our objective is to find out the contiguous subarray with maximum sum, right? So if you didn't understand, let me make it clear to you. So basically, if you see here, we have elements 1 2 3 minus 2 5 in the array, right? We have these elements in the array, elements 1 1 2 3 minus 2 and 5. These are the array elements. Now we have to say that which is a subarray that will be giving maximum sum, right? So basically we just don't have to give the subarray with maximum sum, but instead we have to give the value of the maximum sum. So basically 1 2 3 minus 2 and 5 are the elements in the array, and we basically have to give out the maximum subarray sum in this particular array. So you see, if I take only this element, so it will give me sum 1. If I take only this element, it will give sum 2. If I take only this is also subarray, sum is 3. If I take only this, the sum is minus 2. If I take only this, sum is 5. Now if I take in pairs, so what will happen? Suppose if I am taking these two, then the sum is 3. If I take these three elements, the sum will become 6. So this sum was 3. For this particular subarray, the sum is 6. If I take the whole first 4 elements, the sum will become basically 4, right? Now if I take all the elements of the subarray, the sum is becoming 9. Getting the point? If you take these 3 elements, the last 3 elements, the sum is basically equal to 3 minus 2, 1 plus 5 equal to 6. If you take middle 3 elements, 2, 3 and minus 2, the sum will be nothing but 3. So likewise, there are many possibilities, and if you keep in, if you're just following the groups that I'm taking, they are basically contiguous. Contiguous in the sense you are not skipping any element in between. Okay, I'm just taking either first 3 elements or last 3 elements or middle 3 elements, right? Or first 2 elements. I'm not taking elements like one from here and one from the end by skipping all the elements in the between. No, that is not a contiguous subarray. Contiguous subarray means that the elements basically lies adjacent to each other. So having said that, what is the logic by which we can find out that okay, this particular value, if I take this particular array, I am going to get the maximum sum, and I am getting the maximum sum as 9. So basically you don't have to print the subarray with maximum sum, you just have to print the maximum value of the subarray possible, right? So maximum subarray sum, you have to print it. So the output should be 9. So how do we get that? So for that particular reason, let us now quickly write an algorithm to solve this particular problem statement. So basically I'll be taking an example, and I'll be considering the elements minus 2, minus 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, 1, 5 and minus 3, right? So if it is visible, I hope. Let me just increase the size of the screen to make it more clear, and let me just erase all these things that I have discussed right now. Fine. So let us consider an example. The example basically has elements minus 2, we have element minus 3, element 4, element 1, it's minus 1 actually, element minus 2, element 1, element 5 and element minus 3. Now our objective is basically to find out the maximum possible subarrays. Now you can see clearly that there are many negative elements, positive elements. It becomes quite challenging to keep track of the maximum possible subarrays, right? So basically how many, okay, I'll not go in that detail, let us just stick to basics. So these are the elements minus 2, minus 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, 1, 5, minus 3. Fine. So the cadence algorithm basically says that we will keep track of two things. First of all, the sum at that particular instant and the maximum value that we have observed. Two things we'll keep track of, right? So initially my sum will be equal to 0 and maximum value will be something very low value, okay, because this maximum value variable will basically keep track of the maximum possible sum that is observed, maximum sum that is observed so far. So right now you see s is equal to 0, right? So do you think I should, now my sub array is basically empty, right? My sub array is basically empty, I don't have any elements in the sub array. Do you think it will be a good deal to basically pick this element -2 in the bag? Suppose this is the bag S of sub array. Do you think keeping -2 is a good deal to keep in the bag? Now see, suppose I have element -2 and 9. Suppose the size of the array is 2. Now if I ask you the maximum possible sub array, do you think I will take -2? I will basically not take -2. Why? Because suppose I am taking -2 and later on I come across 9, and if I take 9, the sum becomes how much? 9 minus 2 equal to 7. But if right now, if I know that if I am including -2, my sum is becoming negative, which means I am preparing for a loss in future, right? Because right now my sum was 0. If I take -2, then my sum will become -2. And later on if I add 9 to it, my sum will become 7. Which means basically I was preparing for a loss in future if my sum becomes negative. What is a good deal? A good deal is basically if by accepting an element -2, your sum is becoming negative, the good idea is to avoid taking that element. So I will not take that element into consideration. So basically I will ignore taking -2. Okay. So first of all, what we'll do, the sum will basically equal to -2, right? Sum will be basically -2, and now you will observe maximum value at -2, which is the maximum value, or -2, which is the maximum value here. So obviously maximum value is a very small integer, okay, very small integer minus some large value. This is very small, okay. So comparing this small value with -2, obviously -2 is better. So -2 will be the value of maximum value observed in this particular sub array so far. But right now we saw that after adding -2 to the to value s, we are just updating the value of max value, and then we will see if this particular value is, if this particular sum has gone below 0. If this particular sum has gone below 0, a good practice will be to avoid taking that value and let it be 0 only. So let the sum be 0 only. Fine. Now pointer comes here, the I pointer comes here. So basically its value is -3. So if I take -3 and add s to it, 0 plus -3 is -3. So if you compare -2, that is the max value that observed so far, and right now you have find out the sum -3. So -2 comma -3, which is maximum? Obviously -2 is maximum, so it will be -2 only. And one more thing we observed, that after adding -3 to this s, this value has become negative. So means we are preparing for a big loss of -3. Do you think it is a good deal? Definitely it is not a good deal. So basically I'll avoid this and let s be 0 only. Right? Now if I come here, s equal to 0 plus 4, what is the sum? Sum is 4. Comparing the previous max value with the current sum, which means that so far I have observed -2 as the maximum possible sum, and right now I am observing 4. So which is maximum? Obviously 4 is maximum, so I'll observe 4. Do you think that this is a bad deal? Definitely this is not a bad deal. Why? Because I'm in profit, plus 4. Come here, 4 minus 1, you are basically going to 3. Do you think it is a bad deal? Definitely not a bad deal. Right now we can compromise because the sum is at least not going negative. So comparing 3 with 4, the maximum value so far is still 4 only, right? The pointer goes ahead. If I take -2 with sum, 3 minus 2 will become 1. Recently what I have observed, the maximum value is 4, and you are comparing the sum with 1. What is the possible maximum? 4, which means so far the sub arrays that you have been considering, the continuous sub arrays, so far you just found that the 4 is the maximum value. That is, if I only take this element, so this is just giving me the maximum sum so far. Now if I add this 1 to it, 1 plus 1 will become 2, which means sum so far becomes 2. But you know that 2 comma 4, 4 is only the maximum so far. So this is not a good sum because this is 2, and I can already have a maximum possible sum, that is 4. Now if I take this 5 into consideration, so 5 plus 2 will become 7. Now you see, compare 4 with 7, which is the maximum value? Obviously 7 is the maximum value, which means that from here, right, from here, if you pick up this element till here, from here to here, so what is the sum? 4 minus 1, 3, minus 2, 1, plus 1, 2, plus 5, 7. So basically you can get maximum value 7. Now if I pick up this element also, -3, 7 minus 3 will become 4, and we say that the sum basically again reduced to 4, but maximum value observed so far is 7 only. 7. So the value that you get at this position is your actually the maximum possible subarray sum. Getting the point? How do we code this particular problem statement? So basically let me just erase this thing. So whatever we discussed, we'll just try to code it. So we just kept track of two things. First of all, a value s equal to 0, and max val, right? Max sum, or let us say max sum. Max sum is equal to what? This will keep track of the maximum sum, but we know that we should initialize it to minimum value first. Generally we do this, isn't it? Whenever we want to find the maximum of something, we first initialize the variable to minimum thing, so integer minimum. Now what we do, since we are traversing from left to right, so I'll say I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, traversing from left to right. The first thing that I was doing was just picking the element and adding to s. That is what I was doing, s plus equal to array of I. The moment you do this, what do we do? Again, I'll check out my current maximum value that I have observed so far, the maximum sum. If maximum sum is less than s, isn't it? That is what we're doing. That is, what I was doing is basically I was just picking up this element and adding with s, right? And then I was just saying minus 2. Okay, now I'm comparing this with the previous maximum value. Okay, so basically I'm comparing maximum sum with the s, and if I found out that maximum sum is basically less than s, then it means that we should update maximum sum. So maximum sum should be updated to s, because I want maximum sum to be having higher value, so higher value will initialize to it. One more thing I'll be observing is that if after adding that particular element a of I, my sum has become less than 0, it means it is a bad deal. So if it is a bad deal, we should basically say s is equal to 0. Keep s equal to 0 only. You don't have to do anything, just keep s equal to 0. Getting the point? So this way basically we can solve this particular problem very easily. So basically you can see whatever I have done here, I am doing the same thing here, right? Traversing the array from left to right, picking up the element, adding to s, and once we added it to s, I'll compare the value of s with the previous maximum sum. Whichever is maximum sum will be initialized to the maximum value. And again I'll be checking that if by adding that element s, if it was a bad deal, so this means if it is a bad deal, as I explained, then basically it is not a good idea to take this element. So basically keep s is equal to 0, make s equal to 0, which making s equal to 0 means you are avoiding taking that element. Just remember like this. Getting the point? And finally at the end what will happen, we should return maximum value by this particular algorithm. So basically I should return maximum sum. So return max sum. So that's it. So this should work. Let us see. Let me just compile it. Okay, the variable needs to be initialize s equals to comma I semicolon. So yeah, we saw, isn't it? We just saw the explanation that the maximum sum of this will be equal to 9 only. So 1, 2, 3, minus 2, 5. If you take all the element of the array, 1 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 6, minus 2, 4 plus 5 equal to 9 is the maximum possible sum. So the algorithm is working fine. Our code is correct. And yeah, that's all from this particular video. I hope this video was very intuitive. In case of any doubt, please feel free to put it out in the comment section, and just like, share and subscribe. Thank you.